There will be early bird tickets for sale. But
and by the way, the early bird tickets were like a steal. It was against my better judgment.
Yeah. Don't tell them that. And for the rant, I'm going to try and shorten this because there is so much information out there. You know, we have been talking a lot about the Fred Steese case. And Steve did a video a couple days ago. I think it was Monday night, right? Check out his Facebook and you can listen to this live video that he did. And he just went through that case. And Fred was convicted of a 1992 murder. And he went to prison for 20 years, over 20 years. And come to find out, I mean, I read all of this stuff and it's so deep and convoluted, but basically there was a lot of evidence that was withheld and not shared with the defense. And we're talking about phone records that place him in another state altogether. We're talking about tainted lineup photos. We're talking, alleged witness tampering that the other side was saying. I mean, and I read a lot of this from ProPublica, and they did an investigation and a very long article with Vanity Fair, and they went through the entire case. And there was a lot of good information in there. And basically, there was prosecutorial misconduct. And all of this came out in 2012. And ultimately, Fred they said, we will let you out of prison. You can have your freedom. But they made him plead guilty after
Alfred plea.
Yeah, the Alfred plea. After Judge Kadish had said he was an innocent man. But they still had him sign that he was guilty. He maintained his innocence. It took 4 more years to 2017 for him to actually be fully exonerated, and went in front of the pardon board. And they finally pardoned him, said he was innocent. The state awarded him almost $1.4 million. And there was one person on the pardon board that did not vote yes. That one person was Adam Laxalt. And he was running for governor at the time, I believe. Brian Sandoval was the governor then. And he said, Adam didn't want to vote, but the governor said, you need to vote. So Sandoval said, you need to vote. So he said no. After all this evidence came out that said he was an innocent man, wasn't even in the state when the murder happened.
And I had a train ticket saying otherwise.
Yeah, well, he was hopping trains. And when the police catch you and you're on a train, you're not supposed to be on it. They write your name down and file a report. And he was in Wyoming, he was in Utah. The case goes on and on. But anyway, the point is, the 2 prosecutors in this case was Bill Kephart, who is a former judge, and he's
trying to seek the district attorney position.
Yes, he has been saying that he intends to run for district attorney here in Clark County. And also Justice Herndon, who is a Supreme Court justice. So, in my opinion, if somebody is willing to withhold evidence, knowing that this man is innocent, and he did over 20 years of time, and they had the evidence knowing.
Maximum prison too.
Yes. Mm-hmm. To me, anyone who can do that, you are morally corrupt, you are morally bankrupt, you have no integrity, you have no character, and certainly you do not need to have any type of power as a judge or a district attorney. That type of person is dangerous and not good for this state and for our county. There is no way. So if he decides to run for this seat, we are just getting started. So we will do everything we can to keep him, Bill Kephart, from being district attorney after reading all of this. And also, Justice Herndon, I hear, is going to run again for his Supreme Court seat.
And Bill was a friend of mine too.
I know.
After,
I know.
It was very disappointing. It was extremely disappointing. And the way I did that video, I broke it down. I said, it has, the only way people are going to really, really get pissed off unless it happens to them.
Yeah.
So I said, if that was your son, your brother,
your
dad,
mother,
your sister,
yeah.
What happens if it was one of them? How would you actually take that?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's different when you say, oh, it's that other guy, I don't even know him, so it's all right. But when it comes knocking on your door,
mm-hmm.
then it's a big deal, right?
And there are multiple cases that Bill Kephart has been admonished on.
At least 5 and 12 years.
Withholding evidence and misconduct. So what I would say is we need a law, legislature. Hear this. We need a law that says when a prosecutor is caught withholding evidence, and I'm willfully negligent and withholds evidence, their bar license is revoked permanently. One time. You don't get a second chance. One time. Because right there, you have compromised your character. You've compromised the oath that you took as an attorney. So, but instead, he gets elected to a judicial seat, to the JP, and then also to district court, and now wants to be district attorney? Mm-mm. So anyway, sorry this took so long.
And a lot of people say, well, isn't this in the news? Isn't this in the news? And he keeps getting elected. Mm-hmm. And I say, well, you know, because the people that have the power is not really going after him and saying, you know, he did this and that and that and that. Mm-hmm. But and now we're doing it. We've never done it before on William Kephart or Douglas Herndon. We kind of we didn't know about it, and there was one incident when we endorsed William Kephart. Our bylaws prohibit us to go after our own endorsed candidate, so we had to stay silent on it. This time we're going before he files to make sure that everybody knows, especially our members know, that this is what's going on. To make sure, because you know it's sad. It's sad, folks. I mean,
people need to know.
And the guilty people, the real murderers, are still walking on the street, and that's what really irks me, because this is a cold case now, right? So all that time they could have caught the real person that did this crime against that Circus Olay individual. I forget his name. His name escapes me.
Circus. The Poodle King.
Yeah.
The Poodle King.
He's gone. His whole family is gone without actually, you know, getting justice. You know, and that's the sad part. You know, but anyways, are you done?
I'm done. Sorry that took so long.
This is your show. I'm just here.
So just.